JJ's sale and also the sale of Casey McAteer, something that the club had to do to fit within their PSR restraints, etc., and making sure the club was compliant there?
I think it's a clear plan in the sense of what we need to do. At the same time, we cannot control the market. And as I said, for me, the most important is that we have a clear way of acting on those situations, in the sense that there is evaluation on all the players, as probably happens in all the clubs. And if that happens, then as you could see, then two players that have done well for the club, but we felt it was the right offer. And then, as I said, the target is to make sure that on September the 1st, we are in a good place, which I'm sure we will be.
Just a few days left until the deadline arrives. Are you hoping that there will be, the club will be able to bring new players in between now and then?
Again, we have daily communication about what I think we need to reinforce. If we can find a solution, as I said before, inside in the club. Last game, you could see that, for instance, Silko jumped from the bench and he did well in my eyes. He's training well, he's doing well. So I'm always one that we try to find ways to solve the problem, not only with players from the academy, but as well thinking if other players in the squad can play different roles or can play in different positions. And if that's not the case, then is when we look at the market, we look at the possibilities. Whatever, if it's going to happen, that means that this player, we're sure that can help us to improve. If not, it doesn't make any sense.
If you do have to go into the market, is there money to spend?
There is a possibility to get into the market, yes.
I know that we've talked about players potentially leaving, maybe the discussions that you've had with the club. Is there a need, do you think, for another striker to come in at this stage?
I guess that all the fans in the world will always ask for another striker for the team. Everybody looks for the same. This is a striker that can score 35 goals every season. Reality is that it's not an easy market. The one of the strikers usually is a very expensive one. As I said, at the moment we have, in my eyes, one striker that is a pure striker, that is Patson Daka. We have, with his strength, that in my eyes is a player that goes more in behind, that is more a runner. Then we have Jordan Ayew, that during his career has played as a striker before. With the national team, he plays a lot as a striker. He has played in other positions. In my opinion, he's a more hybrid type of a striker. He can play more behind the striker as a 10. So what I call a 9.5 if you want. And then you have other players that eventually could do the job as well. So at the moment we're working with these two in this position, and then we'll see what happens in the next few days.
Looking ahead to Birmingham City next up, what have you made to them in their analysis?
They're doing really well, not surprised. I talked already last week about this trend, this dynamic of those teams that are recently promoted. That usually is a positive one. Birmingham did amazing with obviously a very ambitious project, but they did really well in League One. They are starting the season well with a clear identity on the way they want to play, on how they are reinforcing as well the team and the profile, the players' profile that they are signing. So I expect a difficult game. We need to be at our best because it's definitely a good team.
How important is it to go and get back-to-back wins starting tomorrow night?
Very important. We spoke with the players. I think that the fact that is, again, after two games away, be back at home at King Power Stadium and have the feeling of the fans in an evening game, I'm looking forward to feel that energy, that atmosphere. I think the fans were amazing, and the last game away against Charlton helped us a lot. And I said to the guys that it will be definitely an important step forward to make sure that we can get the 3 points, because especially for international break, if you manage to get those points, it's always, you enjoy them a little bit more.
Marty, thank you very much. Best of luck tomorrow night.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. We'll go to Natalie from BBC Midlands.
Hi, Marty. Good to meet you. A home game, you mentioned, you've been here about a month and a half now. How are you finding it? What do you think of Leicestershire as a place? Have you moved here? Are you enjoying it?
Most of the time I'm spending in the training ground, so I'm 24/7 here at the moment. But it's true that a few occasions, first of all, the club has been fantastic with me. All the people working in the club helping both me and Xavi and my staff to understand what the club means, what the club is about. In that sense, there is a lot of people that has been here for a lot of years, so it's helping me to understand very well. And then the few occasions that we have been out of the training ground, it has been very nice. I think that I had the opportunity as well to meet some fans, and everybody has been so supportive, so positive. Everybody's aware about the challenge that we have ahead of us. It will not be easy, but I'm excited. I'm excited to be here to represent this club with such an amazing history, and hopefully we're gonna bring some good times back.
And you've had a good start, but you've mentioned yourself the challenges. As a manager, a head coach, how important is it for you to have a good relationship with the fans? And what will you do to make sure that happens between players and fans too? Because it's been a tricky time.
Look, first of all, I was not surprised. It's never the case when there is a relegation that the fans are happy with the team, and that's fair. I said that being a fan is about having emotions, and I totally understand. Now it's our turn to make sure that we improve this relation, that we make sure. I think that to achieve success, togetherness is key. So the same that it's normal that when after relegation there is not a great relation or there is some people that is not very happy, I think it's totally clear that if we want to get a good result this season, if we want to achieve targets, we need that togetherness back. We need people to feel encouraged for what they see in the pitch. And in that sense, I think I've been quite honest. I'm not happy yet about the way we are performing. I think that there is potential to play much better. I'm aware that it's work in progress, so it's on me that the team will play better, and I'm sure we will. But to see a team that is honest, a team that is that works hard, that even on the difficult times as it is now, they play for the badge, and that's what I saw against Charlton. I think that that's a pretty solid foundation. And the fans responded really, really well to that. So it was not our best game, but still the fans were behind us because they could see a team that was trying the best in a difficult scenario, in a difficult game, but still we managed to grind it out. And it's part of the identity that I want to bring back.
So many positives from that win. You getting your first away win, the clean sheet, also Abdul Fattah's goal. How important is he? And there is speculation about him going too. Do you want him to stay? Have there been bids for him? Sorry, same old questions, but how important is he? Do you want him to stay?
Yeah, not only the goal and the performance, but the dance. It was very good dance at the end when he scored. So I'm looking forward to see more of those. So no, we want Abdo to stay. I think he's happy here. You can see that when he's smiling, that's a good signal for all of us. And he's smiling a lot lately. Obviously, was not the easiest season, the last one for him after the knee injury. And he's back with a lot of energy. We still need to take care of him. We are managing as well the way during the weeks and during the trainings and so on. That's the reason why he's not going with the national team. But he's a very important player for us. So we definitely want him to stay, and he will be a very important player.
Do players have to go out for you to bring others in?
As I said, I think the market is open for the next 5 days. I expect that it's going to be some busy hours here for us in the office. But I don't think that's the case that we need to, but more about what do we want. And I was quite clear from day one. I don't want to have the biggest squad because I felt that it was too many players at the moment when I arrived. I think that now we are getting more into the numbers that I like to have in a squad, especially because I do believe in the academy. I do believe in the young players, and I think that you can see, I think that Jess, Louis, Silko Lazay are doing great. If I'm not wrong, I think it was 8-9 academy players in the last game against Charlton. And I'm a big believer that that's an extra, that's an edge for us. So I said that. My intention is always, as any other coach in the world, to have the best team available or possible. So we're going to try our best together with the club to be in that position in September the 1st.
You said there is a possibility to go into the market then. How many players do you think you could maybe get? Sorry to ask these kind of questions, but this is what fans want to know.
Yeah, I understand that, and I understand that you make me the questions. Unfortunately, I don't have, or I cannot give you all the answers. But what is sure, the fans can be calm about. Despite I understand that it's only a few days left, I'm sure that they will be, that they will see the work that we are doing behind the scenes at the end of this window.
People are writing Leicester off because the club's just been relegated. There have been financial difficulties, but you seem to have brought an air of calmness to the place. Can the Foxes be the surprise package this season, do you think?
I think that expectations are always good. Expectations might be strong for us, despite some people not thinking that we can be contenders or we can have a strong season. I do believe in daily work. I do believe it's very difficult for me to say where we're going to be in 8 months. The full focus for me is to win tomorrow, and then the next game, and then the next one, because that's the only thing it works in football, to win games. And then, I'm calm because I see the potential. I do believe on what the foundation that I found here. I do believe in the players that we have. I do believe in the staff that we have. And then my job is to get the best of all of them. It's going to be easy, no? It's going to be... we are in a moment perhaps where we need to rebuild some things, yes, and it can take some time, yes, but I 100% believe on this.
Best of luck on Friday.
Thank you.
Thanks, Nat. Mark from YTV.
Hi, Marty. Good to see you. When it comes to the game tomorrow night, there's a few different sides to this. You spoke about Birmingham's project. It's an East against West Midlands derby. They've come up. Leicester have obviously gone down. Do you feel that this adds to the occasion tomorrow night?
I think when the game starts, when the kickoff goes, it's always 11v11, and it's going to be a lot of passion in the stands, and from both sides I think that there is an excitement about the start of the season. I totally get the fact that when you promote, as I said, the feeling might be different than when you get relegated. But as I said, I think it's on us, staff, players, to turn a little bit the mood. And what I've seen so far, that's what I can judge. I think that people was quite happy after the game against Sheffield. They saw a team that, despite not doing the best first half, on the second, I think that we played at a really high level. We created a lot of chances. We won the game in the last minutes. I think that against Charlton away, I felt big support, same as against Preston. But I think that against Charlton, I saw a real togetherness. And then, of course, I understand that it's an interesting game tomorrow against two sides that we're going to try to create this feeling of making it very hard for opposition, for other teams to come to King Power. And I understand that Birmingham had a positive start, so they are full of confidence. But it's on us to make sure that we start the game on our terms.
Yeah, this kind of big fixtures come quite soon in the season. How much should people pay attention to whatever happens tomorrow night as an indication of how the rest of the season might pan out?
No, I think it's far too early to make any clear assessment after this game. As I said, I think that Birmingham started well. We are a team that we are building. So, I've been here for 1 month and a half. The coach has done a very good job over the last year and something. So I think we are in different stages, but that doesn't take away the responsibility that we are Leicester, that we play at home, and that we're going to go, the message is that we go all in from the very beginning.
You mentioned the clubs that have come up from League One to the Championship. You're one of the clubs that have come down. Having been at QPR, how do you see the Championship this season? Is it more difficult? Obviously, a couple of big clubs left Championship and got promoted, but is it tougher, do you think, than it was last season, or about the same? How do you measure that?
I think Championship, the 2 seasons I coached here before, it's one of those perhaps few divisions where you never know what can happen. So I think what makes it very demanding and very special, if you want, is not just the amount of games, but as well that the first one can lose in the pitch or at home against the bottom one. It's every game it's so difficult, so demanding, and I don't see any difference in that sense. I think that so far the 3 games we have played have been demanding for different reasons. And Sheffield Wednesday, everybody talk about the situation that Sheffield Wednesday was in, and so far I think that Sheffield Wednesday has been doing quite well, that they are going into the Carabao Cup. Preston, you can see as well, they beat another big club as well in the division, and they are starting the season really solid. And even Huddersfield, that as well, it was a disappointing result for us to lose in the penalties, but then went through beating a Premier League club. So there is no easy game in this division.
Of course, and just the final, you mentioned the demanding season the Championship is. It's a long season. Obviously, there's games weekends, midweek. It's a very long season. In your squad at the moment, you've got a real mixture of very young players, but you've also got some experienced players as well. How do you see the experienced players playing a part in that? Because obviously for the young players, they might not be used to that intensity of the Championship and how demanding that is on bodies, on minds, on a squad in general. How do you see that panning out?
I'm so happy with experienced players, the way they are helping the young guys. Obviously, in terms of age, I could speak about Yannick, I could speak about Bobby, I could speak about Asmir, that despite being young, he's got a big experience. So all of them, Jordan, are helping the young guys. But I would say players that are perhaps not that old or another stage of their careers, like Hamza, like other ones, they are definitely helping the young players. We got a lot of young players in that sense, and they need to learn what it is, not now, but especially when November, December, January, when the tight schedule comes, on how to approach this. But I'm very happy. And then we have a fantastic captain on Ricardo that is leading all of them, that is showing how to lead from the example every day, in every training, being super pro and being very positive. So in that sense, we're in good hands.